Welcome. Today, we're about to embark on a fascinating journey into the world of breakout stocks, a topic that might sound mysterious, but is actually quite approachable once you know what to look for. Let's unravel the mystery of breakout stocks. No rocket science required. You don't need to be a Wall Street wizard or a math genius to understand this. All you need is a curious mind and a willingness to spot patterns that others might miss. Imagine a plant that's been quietly growing, almost unnoticed, then suddenly shoots up overnight, surprising everyone around it. That's the essence of a breakout stock, something that's been building up energy, just waiting for the right moment to burst forth. That's a breakout, a stock price surging after a long, sleepy stretch. It's like watching a calm lake suddenly ripple with excitement as a fish leaps out of the water. A breakout stock is one that's been moving sideways, stuck in a rut, what we call a consolidation period. During this time, the price doesn't do much, and most people lose interest or stop paying attention. Then, something sparks excitement. Maybe it's good news, a new product launch, or a sudden surge in buyers. It could even be a change in the industry, or a new trend catching fire. The stock bursts through its old price ceiling and takes off, breaking free from the limits that held it back. This is the moment traders and investors wait for, the breakout. It's like a clay model that suddenly transforms from a simple wire frame into a colorful, eye-catching masterpiece. Suddenly, everyone wants to take a closer look. Breakout stocks go from overlooked to the star of the show. They capture attention, and sometimes they even make headlines. The magic is in spotting these sleepy stocks before they wake up. That's where the real opportunity lies, catching the move before the crowd rushes in. It's not about chasing the big names everyone knows, it's about finding hidden gems before they shine. The best breakout stocks are often the ones flying under the radar. Think of it as a treasure hunt. You need a sharp eye, patience, and a good map. Sometimes it means doing a bit of detective work, following clues, and trusting your instincts. When you find one, it's a thrill. There's a sense of discovery and excitement, knowing you spotted something special before the rest of the world caught on. So what exactly are we looking for? What clues tell us a breakout might be coming? We're searching for stocks that have been quiet, consolidating, and are ready for a big move. These are the ones that have been gathering strength, just waiting for the right spark. Not the expensive, famous ones, but the underdogs about to break out. These are the stocks that can surprise everyone and deliver big gains. Ready to learn how to spot them? Let's dive in and discover the secrets of breakout stocks together. Let's dive into some legendary breakout stories. Moments when companies went from ordinary to extraordinary, and their stocks soared to new heights. Take Apple, for example. It was once just another tech company, quietly competing in a crowded market. But then came the iPod, a product that changed how the world listened to music. Suddenly Apple's stock shot up as the world took notice, and the company's reputation transformed overnight. Or look at Amazon. It started as a humble online bookseller with few imagining what it would become. But as Amazon expanded into new markets and kept innovating, introducing things like Prime and cloud computing, its stock broke out again and again, rewarding those who believed in its vision. And then, there's Tesla. Many doubted electric cars could ever go mainstream, but when the world finally caught on to Tesla's innovation and ambition, the stock left skeptics in the dust, racing ahead as the company redefined an entire industry. So what's the pattern behind these incredible breakouts? They often follow true innovation, a breakthrough product, a bold new way of doing things, or a vision that changes the rules of the game. It's not about making small, incremental improvements. It's about game-changing ideas that disrupt the status quo and capture the world's imagination. These companies had their eureka moment, an instant when everything clicked. Investors who spotted these moments early before the crowd were handsomely rewarded for their vision and courage. Our job as investors is to search for the next big idea before it becomes obvious to everyone else. It's about being curious, staying alert, and looking for signs of true innovation. Remember, breakouts aren't just stories from the past. They're happening right now, all around us, in companies big and small. Keep an eye out for companies quietly building something revolutionary, often away from the spotlight, patiently perfecting their next big thing. When the world finally catches on, that's when the breakout happens, and that's when fortunes can be made. Spot the pattern, recognize the opportunity, and you could be ahead of the curve. Let's learn how to find these breakout opportunities, so you can be ready when the next big story unfolds. How do you spot a breakout before it happens? Become a detective. Picture a stock's price chart as a wall, smooth for a while, then tiny cracks appear. These cracks are clues, signs that change is coming. On charts, look for a price ceiling, a level the stock keeps hitting but can't break through. It's like throwing a ball at the ceiling, it keeps bouncing back. There's also a price floor, where the stock bounces up like a trampoline. When a stock is stuck between a floor and ceiling, it's building energy. The real action starts when the price finally smashes through the ceiling and keeps going. That's your breakout. Spotting a ceiling tested multiple times is a big clue. It's like seeing cracks widen. You know something's about to give. Watch for these patterns, they're your early warning system. Next, let's see how to draw these lines. Time to get hands-on. Let's draw on those charts. If you've ever doodled on a napkin or sketched out a plan, you already know the basics. Drawing lines on a stock chart is just like that, except now, you're mapping out the hidden rhythms of the market. These lines help you see what's really happening beneath all those numbers and squiggles. The simplest pattern, a flat base, a stock trading between a flat ceiling and floor. Imagine a ball bouncing between two walls, not breaking out, just moving back and forth. This is a sign that buyers and sellers are in a tug of war, neither side winning for now. Draw a line across the price peaks, ceiling, and another across the troughs, floor. That's your consolidation box. It's like putting a frame around the action so you can focus on what matters most. Another key pattern, the ascending triangle. Here, the ceiling stays flat but the floor slopes up. Buyers are getting more eager. Each dip is higher than the last, showing growing confidence. The price gets squeezed, building up for a breakout. It's like winding up a spring. The tighter it gets, the bigger the move when it finally snaps. Then there's the cup and handle, a rounded drop and recovery, the cup, followed by a small dip, the handle. This shape shows a stock that's taken a breather, gathered strength, and is now ready for its next move. This pattern often signals a strong breakout ahead. Traders love spotting it because it hints at a surge in momentum. Don't get lost in jargon. Just look for shapes that show a pause and a buildup of energy. You don't need a finance degree to spot these. Your eyes are your best tool. Drawing these lines turns messy charts into clear stories. Suddenly what looked like chaos starts to make sense, and you can spot where the action is heating up. It's like finding a blueprint for what might happen next. These patterns don't guarantee the future, but they give you a map to navigate the market's twists and turns. Patterns reveal the stock's mood, resting, building, or ready to leap. Practice spotting these shapes and you'll start to read the market's emotions, not just its numbers. The clearer the pattern, the better your odds. Clarity means confidence. When you see a strong shape, you can act with more certainty. Now let's add another clue, volume. When price and volume work together, the story gets even clearer. Patterns are great, but volume is your confirmation. Volume is the number of shares traded. Think of it as the crowd's roar at a football match. A real breakout happens on high volume, a surge of buyers jumping in. If the price breaks out but volume is low, be skeptical. Look for a volume spike, 2, 3, or even 10 times the average. Most chart sites show volume bars at the bottom, compare them to the average. Price and volume work together. Price shows the move, volume shows conviction. A breakout without volume is suspicious, but a strong move with big volume, that's your green light. Always check both before acting. Volume is the market's way of saying, this is real. Don't ignore it. Next, let's see what news can spark a breakout. Charts tell part of the story, but news is the spark. Breakouts need a reason, a catalyst. The most common? Earnings reports. If a company smashes expectations, the stock can rocket. Mark earnings dates on your calendar. Surprises often trigger breakouts. New products or services can also light the fuse. Think Apple's iPod or a breakthrough drug. Industry news matters too. Sometimes a whole sector surges on big headlines. Watch for trends. Is a company leading a new wave? Don't just focus on one stock, see if its peers are moving too. A breakout is stronger when it's part of a bigger story. Read, listen, and connect the dots. The best breakouts have both a strong chart and a powerful story. Combine news with patterns for your best shot. Now let's avoid some common mistakes. Breakout hunting is thrilling, but beware of classic mistakes. The biggest? Jumping in too early. Wait for confirmation, a close above resistance, not just a quick poke. Don't trust a breakout without a volume surge, it could be a fake out. Always have an exit plan. If the breakout fails, know your stop loss and stick to it. Never risk everything on one stock. Diversify. Spread your bets across different industries. Patience is key. Don't chase every move, wait for the right setup. Avoid emotional decisions, stick to your plan. Remember, even the best setups can fail. Manage your risk and protect your capital. Learn from mistakes and keep improving. Breakout trading is about discipline, not luck. Stay sharp, stay cautious. Now let's build your step-by-step plan. Here's your breakout spotting blueprint. First, use a stock screener to find candidates near their yearly highs. Next, pull up their charts. Look for flat bases, triangles, or cup and handle patterns. Draw your resistance line and note the price. Build a watch list of stocks coiling up for a move. Research the company. Is there a strong story or a new product? Only consider stocks with both a great chart and a compelling story. Set alerts for when the price crosses your resistance. When alerted, check did it close above resistance? Was volume much higher than average? If both are true, consider buying. Always set a stop loss before you enter. Be patient. Wait for the perfect setup. Follow your plan and act with confidence. That's the journey. Spotting breakout stocks is part art, part science. Start simple, be patient, and practice reading patterns. Recap. Find stocks in a base, draw your resistance, check the story, wait for a high-volume breakout, and always have a stop loss. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, it's a skill you build over time. You'll make mistakes, but each one teaches you. The goal is to win more than you lose, and let your winners run. Try paper trading first. Track stocks without real money. Make it a game, an adventure in spotting potential. The market is full of stories and innovation. Finding a breakout is about seeing what others miss. It's a rewarding hobby if you approach it with care. Keep learning, keep exploring. Cheerio.